Welcome to No More Sport. This is gonna be like my first video ever. Even though we have a studio, today I started recording videos for my No More show, which is a show that I do in Spanish. And today I decided to open this channel, No More Sport. And first of all, we're gonna start with one of my first love in sport, which is boxing. And Canelo Alvarez' new fight. Canelo Alvarez will be fighting Bibo, which is a Russian boxer, and he's a champion in 175 pounds, a solid champion, a good champion. But the good news is that Canelo actually is trying to fight 3 times this year. He's trying to fight Bibo on May 7th. He's gonna fight if Triple G wins and he wins his fight on May. He will be fighting Triple G on September, and Matchroom has just announced that there is a third fight in place for December if he wins both fights, and his contract with Dazn and Matchroom will go up to 165 million around, which is incredible. As we speak, the contract's like around 120. Basically, it's like $100 million plus all the benefits, all the gates, the door of the venue and all of that, and promotions and the promotions that he gets, like in his, for example, his shorts that you see names, he get paid like $1 million for a little name there in his shorts, $500,000 and stuff like that. And for example, if he puts like a hat on the fight, that would be like an extra mil. Like if he put like a shirt with a name, that's another mil. When I say mil, it's millions. So it could go up to north of 120 million if he fights twice this year. But in case that he goes and do the 3 fights, we're talking about like $165 million. That will put him like in the #1 spot of the best paying athlete in the world in 2022. I think he has been before like in the second place or the first place in 1 year, but he had been in the top 5 for the past 5-6 years. At this point in time, I want to make clear something. People like to make videos saying that Canelo is scared of Charlo. Canelo is scared of Charlo. The Canelo's dunking Benavides. Listen, the damage that Canelo Alvarez could do to Charlo's body, it's unthinkable. Basically, this is what you need to think. Sanders was bigger than Charlo. This kid, Plant, is quite bigger than Charlo. And the reason why, this kids are fighting 168 pounds. Charlo's fighting 160 pounds. And the other Charlo's in 154 pounds. If you see their legs, they got thin legs, very, very thin legs. They have the body type is very athletic. They could probably have good stamina, even though they don't. But they should have good stamina, but they don't. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. If you see their body, you're like, oh, his stamina must be up the roof. No, his stamina, once after the 6th round, they started slowing down. And you know what's going to happen if you do that against Canelo. So let's put it in perspective. He knocked out people in 175, 168. Let's not even talk about 160 or 154. But he's a natural 168 at this point in time, Canelo. He will not go down to 160 to face Charlo. Charlo will gonna have to go up to 168. And now, if Charlo doesn't have a lot of power in 160, what makes you think he's gonna have a lot of power in 168? It could carry power because probably he's gonna have more weight and probably he could develop more power. Canelo has developed more power. I think Joe Rogan says in a podcast, the Canelo is always working on his power, trying to get stronger punches, trying to find a way to hurt you in a better way. When I say that, is how to locate the punches, where to do it, how to do it, what time to do it. That's what they call timing in boxing also. So in this point in time, Canelo's not dunking nobody. Canelo's not dunking Charlo. He's not dunking Benavides. He'll fight anybody. The only person that I could give him a great fight and that is dangerous enough is Benavides. I think it's Benavides or something like that. His name is 175 pounder. That guy is strong, solid strong, but he's kind of chinny. He have been hit a lot. He have been dropped a few times. Bibo is also a test because those guys are strong. Those guys could take a punch from Canelo and just keep walking. Charlo won. If Canelo hit Charlo in the body and he could connect him in the body or straight in the chin, it's game over. Just people need to notice. Charlo is not Canelo, who's proven to take a punch. Or Triple G Triple G. I don't know now because he's getting older, but Triple G took shots from Canelo that I was like, whoa. Canelo took shots from Triple G that nobody else would just be standing with those shots. And like I say, he has measured himself in 160, 175 pounds. So when you put that to perspective, why would he be scared of a 160-pound guy? Like, why? Like, why would he be scared? Speed, he fought Amir Khan. Amir Khan is super fast. He fought Floyd Mayweather in the past, Alexander Lara. So basically what I'm trying to say is not if he wins or loses those fights. He lost, of course, he lost to Mayweather. Is the way that he did it is that if back then he could match those speed whereby he could work with that, even though like with Mayweather, you could see that the speed was a problem. And you could see why he lost the fight. It was not only the speed, it was also experience. But when you double check those fights and you check Canelo now, there's no speed that Charlo has that will make Canelo like, oh my God, I have never seen the speed. He's going to knock me out with the speed. No, he has seen that speed before and more. There's no power of Charlo that Canelo going to be like, oh my God, he hit me so hard. I cannot take this punch. No, he had been hit by Triple G. That guy is like a horse. Now, ring IQ? No. There's no way Charlo is smarter than Canelo in the ring. Neither he has more experience than Canelo. Neither he got better feet than Canelo. Neither he got more head movements than Canelo. So Teddy Atlas says something very funny. If you cannot do something better than him, don't expect to win that fight. If it's not by a lucky punch. Now Benavides, he's stronger than Charlo. Benavides is as strong as Canelo. That's true. But if you see one of his fights, the past two fights, that kid gets hit a lot. And even though if he connects Canelo, Canelo might feel those punches. He does punch hard. But he doesn't punch hard as people try to say he punched hard. Because let me put it this way. Those guys that he fought the last two fights, they was taking his punches. They got knocked out. Yeah, of course. But it's not a one hit and run. It's not like boom, it's gone. Let's say like Triple G was doing back in the days when he was fighting all these Class C boxers. No offense to those boxers. Respect to all of them that gets into the ring. But there are levels to this game. I think that Triple G in his moment will get some boxers first, second round, third round. Boom. Tyson. Boom. Right? Now, Benavides, the last two fights, those were C-class fighters. And you can see his face. He got touched a lot. He got hit a lot. Now, what makes you think that he will be able to take all those punches from Canelo? What makes you think that he will be able to hit Canelo in first of all? He will touch Canelo. To get Canelo clean? I doubt it. Because there's no way possible that Benavides is better than Danny Jacobs. Benavides is not more talented or skilled than Sanders or either Plant. It's not. Now Benavides is strong. He could come to Canelo, push the fight, boom, boom, and he connects Canelo, and you never know what could happen. I'll give the benefit of the doubt. Other than that, same deal. Doesn't match the speed, doesn't match head movement, doesn't match the feet, doesn't match the punches, combinations, and IQ, doesn't match the talent. Plain simple talent. It's not more talented than Canelo. And that's the problem with those two fights. Of course, I'm happy they want to sell it. Like, oh, he's dunking them. He's dunking them two guys. Because that means I'm going to get those two fights for next year maybe. And I want to see Canelo active in the next 5-6 years. Knock on wood, he stay healthy and all that. And I stay healthy so I can watch it. Canelo is not dunking nobody. Plain and simple. Excuse me, my English is my second language, by the way, if you didn't notice. Take care. This is no more sport. Keep